Hello and welcome to NFL Predictions Week 13. My two teams are playing this week, so I'm excited for that. See who I pick. And as you can see, we have a new co host since Greg is gone. So introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Bryson. I might be the new co-host for a little bit. It depends. Sorry for my voice. I'm a little bit sick right now. Yeah, that's pretty much all I know about me. I have no idea what to say. So go ahead, Dylan.
Okay, so here's my slide. I had my best week, or my tied best week of the season, one of the two. I got 12 predictions correct though, and only 4 wrong, so I'm happy about that. My overall is 106 and 73. And here's Greg's slide. Like I said, Greg is going to Mexico and then Honduras, which is why he can't record the predictions anymore, but he'll still get his picks in, so don't worry about that. He's still part of the predictions. He went 7-9 last week, which is under 500, unfortunately, but his overall is 7-49.
I'm a Rams fan. I personally like the Rams a lot. Also, I like the Dodgers. But speaking of football, um, I really hope that the Rams do really well this year. I really hope that there's a lot of good stuff going on for the Rams. I really like the Rams. I really like all the LA teams because that's where I'm from currently.
All right, so first game we have Thursday night football. I took the Patriots here. They're at home, which helps. Their defense is really good. Mac Jones looked really good last week. Their offense is kind of getting it going. They're fourth in the East. I think that that's too low. They're over 500, but I think that they're getting hot.
All right. Well, I chose the Bills because they're one of the best teams in the NFL. Although they have some defensive injuries, I believe it'll be enough to beat the Patriots. So.
And Greg also took the Bills. Okay, so next game we have the Bears and the Packers. I took the Packers. Greg and Bryson both took the Bears, which is a bit strange. They're definitely going to be the underdog in this game. But I think the Packers. They both have their two backup quarterbacks starting, I believe, with Aaron Rodgers being injured. Jalen Hurts looked better than the Bears' backup, though, and I think the Packers are still the better team. I mean, the Packers own the Bills, right? I mean, the Bears, right?
I picked the Bears because they're at home, and because as much as I think they're gonna be tanking, they really want to beat the Packers. Their quarterback situation is a problem, but I'm counting on their running back and defense to get the job done.
Yes. And then we have the Steelers and the Falcons. This should be a good game. Me and Greg both took the Falcons. The Falcons' running game is very good. That's basically all they do on offense. They are very inconsistent though, so that's a problem. The defense isn't great, but I trust them to get the win here.
All right, well, I chose the Steelers. The Steelers have a great defense, especially getting Fitzpatrick and Watt back from injury. Much like the Bears, they have a problem at quarterback, but the Falcons aren't much better than them in my mind.
Yes. And then we have the Jets and the Vikings. So me and Greg both took the Vikings here. They're at home. I was back and forth in this game because I could definitely see the Jets winning it. But Jefferson, I think the Vikings defense is going to limit Mike White, and I think they're going to somehow pull it off.
Right. I chose the Jets because the Vikings haven't looked very good in the past few weeks, uh, especially because their offense. Because their offense, the Jets' defense is nothing to look past, and I think that they're going to show that against the Vikings, benching Zach Wilson was the right move in my mind, and Mike White looks pretty but looks pretty very good at off of a 400 plus 3 touchdown performance.
Yeah, and then we have the Jaguars and the Lions. I took the Jaguars here. They're coming off against a win against the Ravens. So they looked pretty good on offense in that game. The Ravens had a chance to win it with a 67-yard field goal that Justin Tucker missed, which is a bit out of character for him. But the Jaguars deserved to win that game, and I think they're going to get it done against the Lions.
All right, so I chose the Lions because the Lions are solid on defense and offensively. They have two great running backs. I don't believe the Jaguars will be able to overcome the Lions' defense, sadly.
And then we have the Titans and the Eagles. I took the Eagles. Still got the best record in the league, even though the past couple of weeks they haven't looked like that. We could be seeing a case of the Steelers from 2 years ago. They were undefeated till week 11 or something. And the Eagles don't look that good. Hurts has looked good consistently, though, which is why I think they're going to win this game. But play calling is still a bit of an issue. But they're at home. I trust them to get it done.
All right, well, I chose the Titans also because the Titans are just coming off of a loss to the Bengals, and they're not looking to lose another game. Henry is going to run it all over the defense, and the Titans' defense is going to do enough to stop the Hurts and the Brown.
And then we have the Browns and the Texans. Me and Greg both took the Browns here. Watson revenge game. Bryson took the Texans, which is definitely a big upset. They're the worst team in the league. But we'll see how Watson is. We haven't seen him play yet, so that's a big issue for the Browns.
This is my upset of the week. Watson isn't going to look good in his start, and Pierce is starting to control this game.
And then we have the Washington and the Giants. So I took Washington here. They're very consistent. The past couple weeks, I think they won 6 out of their last 5 or something like that. Or that does not make any sense. 5 out of their last 6. Defensive solid. I don't know when Young's going to come back. He might actually be coming back in this game. Heineke isn't the best quarterback, but he's getting it done for Washington. They're winning games, so that's all that matters. I think they're going to get it done against the Giants.
I chose the Giants. The Giants are still underrated, even with 7 wins. Washington is hot, but I trust the Giants to get it done at home.
And then we have the Broncos and the Ravens. So me and Greg both have the Ravens here. Jackson's still good. They're a little inconsistent on offense still, but they're first in their division. So good on them for that, I suppose. But they're at home. I think they're gonna get the win mostly on offense. I don't think they're gonna lose 2 in a row.
All right. Well, I chose the Broncos because Wilson and Hackett are the worst things to happen to the Broncos. Their defense is good, and they have weapons. The Ravens are coming off of a loss, but they're still struggling, and I think that the Broncos are going to win in a low scoring after.
So, and then we have game of the week. These are my 2 teams, the Dolphins and the 49ers, so I'm excited to watch this one. I took the 49ers, though, at home. The Dolphins definitely have one of the most explosive offenses in the league, one of the best as well. But they are missing Armstead, which is a problem. And the 49ers defense is better. I think that the Dolphins should have kept Flores as a defensive coordinator because their defense has not been looking good. I think the 49ers are going to win this game mostly on defense. But if the Dolphins could do like what they did against the Ravens, I don't think the 49ers are going to be able to keep up with them offensively, but I guess we'll just see how it goes.
the Dolphins I chose. Their offense is the best and most explosive in the league, like Dylan said. They are missing their best offensive lineman, but I believe that Tua can chuck it up the hill, and the 49ers won't be able to keep up with the Dolphins offensively.
Yeah, I guess that's basically what I said. And then the Seahawks and the Rams. So both of the Seahawks here. That was an unfortunate loss for them against the Raiders last week. I definitely thought they were going to win that game. Smith still looks solid. He had 300 plus passing yards. Walker had 2 touchdowns. I think that the Seahawks are fine. That was just a fluke. That was just a trap game for them. But I think they're going to beat the Rams, who are very injured and not very good this year.
Yeah, I agree. But the Rams, although the Rams have plenty of injuries, especially on offense, Seattle isn't as good as we thought.
Yeah. And then we have the Chargers and the Raiders. So me and Greg both have the Chargers here. The Raiders did have a better win than the Chargers last week, but I trust the Chargers more. They're a better team than the Raiders are. So I'm going to trust them to win this game.
Right. The Raiders are coming off of their best game of the year, although although the Chargers are coming off as a win, as well as the Raiders looked much better on offense. The Raiders' defense is already better than the Chargers, in my mind. So this should be a way to win for the Raiders.
Yes. And then I took the Bengals here at home. The only person to do it, I'm not surprised. This is my upset of the week, obviously. I just think that the Bengals, they aren't as good as they were last year, but they still could be. They just have to prove, or they just have to get hot, and then in the playoffs they could prove that they're still the Bengals last year. Very explosive offense, good defense. They beat the Chiefs last year in the playoffs to go to the Super Bowl. I think that they're going to beat them in the regular season. I don't know if they're going to be in the playoffs again, but I'm going to trust the Bengals at home to win this game.
Right. So I chose the Chiefs because the Chiefs are still considered to be the most complete team of the NFL, and I think that they'll keep it keep that. The Bengals aren't the team that they were last year, and the Chiefs are going to prove that.
And then we have the Colts and the Cowboys. This is the first game where we all three chose the Cowboys. All three of us chose the same team. But I'm not surprised. The Colts aren't too bad, but after a loss to the Steelers, they're not good anymore. It's unfortunate, but the Cowboys are a complete team. So yeah, I have them winning this.
I took the Cowboys because, well, 3 of us did, but we all took the Cowboys for a reason. They've proven that they're real contenders, and against the Colts, they're going to show that once again.
All right, and then we have the Saints and the Buccaneers. This is Monday night. Greg took the Saints, which I'm not surprised about. He's a Saints fan. Me and Bryson took the Buccaneers, though. Both teams coming off a loss, but the Saints just don't look good offensively. The Buccaneers look somewhat okay, so that's why I have them winning this game.
All right. Well, I got the Buccaneers. Tom Brady isn't good as anymore, which isn't too surprising considering his age. But the Saints can't figure it out on offense, and the Bucs defense is going to capitalize on that. I believe that this will be much like the Saints game last week. The Saints losing in a low score affair. Well, guys, thank you for watching this predictions. It was a pleasure to be on the show. I'll be on again next week, hopefully. Thank you guys so much. We'll see you guys later. Bye.
Bye.